السلام عليكم. ازيكم عاملين ايه؟ اخباركم ايه؟ ورجعنا تاني للعبة. المفروض دي الحلقة التانية. من غير رغي كتير نخش في الموضوع على طول عشان بصراحة متحمس للعبة دي بزيادة. فتعالوا نشوف ايه اللي هيحصل بقى المرة دي. ايه ده؟ ليه اللودنج كده واخد كل ده؟ ايوه. كانت اخر مرة عند الست دي.
Damn, his wound is still
هذه العجوز الشمطاء. وبعد كده المفروض كان يدينا زي ايوه فاكر انا. يلا بينا.
bleeding.
وقفنا النزيف.
Better bandage it up quick before I bleed out.
ناكل عشان تحت كده هتلاقوا تحت على اليمين حد عامل بوقه كده، انا مش عارف ده ايه، والتاني
Really
تقريبا
good.
جعان.
So good I wouldn't say no to some more.
عايز تاني ولا عايز ايه؟ كل تاني عادي، ايه
Aye.
المشكلة يعني؟ ابسط
True
ودلع
bliss
نفسك.
is a full belly.
يلا بينا. كانت عايزانا نستحمى برضه او نغسل وشنا. وده الراجل السير عمل معاه الصح، فاكرينه؟ اوكي.
I feel like a new man.
تعالى بيقول لي المفروض ان انا اروح لبوزينة دي نتكلم معاها. تعالى نشوف
Did
هتقول
what
لي
you
إيه.
asked.
And you didn't faint while doing it. I'm pleased, Henry. I had to pour a whole lithium potion into you last night. That's what I call medicine. It can either put a dead man back on his feet or make sure he never gets up again. So consider yourself lucky.
I will. But what about Capon?
Well, he's less lucky. That brute really knocked him about before Hans beat the life out of him.
Is there any way I can help? I owe it to Capon, and I want to do whatever I can.
You owe him, all right. I've got a bit of that lithium potion left. It ought to work wonders on him, same as on you. But I can't just give it to him now. First, we have to deal with that fever. The best and fastest remedy for that is chamomile decoction. Luckily, it ain't too hard to brew, but we'll need some fresh sage for it. And, of course, chamomile. You ought to be able to manage that. You've got young legs and eyes, and I reckon a bit of a stroll would do you good.
يا ست الكل مش كده ليه؟ ما علينا، تعالى نسألها زي انا ما اعرفش شكله عامل ازاي.
Alright.
تعالى نشوف.
Tell me, what do the herbs look like?
مش كده يعني.
Sage has a purple blossom, and chamomile has white petals with a yellow center. At the back of the hut,
طيب مو
there's a footpath leading
الوسطى.
up to the rocks. You go along there till you reach a sort of small meadow. You ought to find both of them there.
Great. I'll be back in a jiffy with a couple of handfuls.
All right.
طيب احنا كده عايزين
I'll be glad
بابونج
if you get back
ونبي.
here soon. I don't feel right being here with that corpse in my yard. Seeing him lying there gives me chills. I can't think straight.
I understand. It makes me anxious too. Maybe I could manage to bury him somewhere, or at least hide him somewhere further off in the woods.
The Lord be praised. I'd be truly glad of that.
يا سلام عينيا يا ست
Do you
الكل.
feel up to it, laddie? You ain't in the best of shape, and digging a grave's a tough job, even for a healthy fella.
عيب عليكي ما تصغرناش بقى.
Not to worry. I'll see what I can manage. It's on account of us that he's here anyway. I wouldn't want you to have any more trouble. And a bit of effort, even if it's a dirty job, is the least I owe you.
Well, if you think you can manage it, good, but don't overstrain yourself. And thanks.
Where should I put him?
Grab the spade by the dung pile and bury him by the creek. The soil will be softer there, so it should be easier. When you head out the gate, follow your nose. Find a good spot somewhere in the reeds and nettles. And when you're done with that, better have a wash, so's you don't have the stench of death on you.
True. I'll bear that in mind.
I'll sort out the rest with Ignatius, the gravedigger, when he comes by again. Says I don't have that wretch lying here till Judgment Day.
All right. I'll get to it.
يلا بينا. يعني احنا كده المفروض ندفن الراجل ده. مجرفة اهي. وناخد الراجل الطيب ده. اوه.
This will be the weapon used by the bastard who cut up Sirhan's.
اوه. هات 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 هات. هات يا معلم هات. بدل احنا قاعدين ملط كده هات. البس. البس. مش عارف ده ايه. لازم يبقى معايا حزام. ده الحزام اللي بيتحط فيه الحاجات. طب ايه يا ده؟ اوكي. خلينا في ده. هو ليه اللبس طالع عينه كده؟ تقريبا نستحمى يعني عشان نبقى نضاف. ريحتنا تبقى كويسة. ايه ما كنا نستحمى بعد ما ندفن. ما علينا. طيب معاكش حاجة تانية؟ خلاص كده؟ فلست؟ ها؟ يلا. اخد الجثة واديها النار. ناخد الجثة نوديها. مساء الخير. عامل ايه؟ اتدلع 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 يا اخويا اتدلع. فين النهر؟
Shit! My shoulder.
تقريبا لقينا المكان.
Bastard's hard work.
هنا ندفنه هنا.
Can't be in the ground soon enough.
تعال 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 حبيبي. تعال تعال. ادفن يا معلم. بعد قدر كبير من العمل الشاق. ياه ماشي. يلا ما علينا. عايزين بقى نروح نجيب البامونج والايه تاني. ذاكرة السمك اللي عندي. هو كان المفروض في حاجتين هنروح نجيبهم يعني. فين؟ ازيك عامل ايه اخبارك؟ اسمه هادر. اوعى دعمان بد. هنمسك السيف ده ايه احتياطا كده لو حد طلع في الطريق نعرف نعلمه الادب.
Damn, shoulder still hurts like hell.
نعمل ايه طيب؟ ما انت تعبان. طيب ما انت اللي عملت فيها بطل. فين؟ ايوه.
Purple flower, sage. There we go.
تعال ناخد كمية. ما نعرفش هي عايزة قد ايه بس هو بدل عمل لي علامة صح غالبا يبقى احنا كده تمام.
That's it. Chamomile.
تعال.
Right, I've got all the herbs I need. So back to Bajena on the double. The sooner Hans gets that remedy, the better.
طيب هنروح ندي الحاجة لبوجانا تاني عشان تقريبا المفروض ندي الدواء ده بسرعة للسيف. اسمه ايه؟ والله نسيت. هانز هينري مش عارف.
What's that dog making such a fuss about?
طب شكرا.
Could something have happened at Bajena's?
Some knight and his company yesterday down by the pond. Two of them fled and they must be hiding somewhere. Hey, you! What do you want? Come here and tell me who you are, or I'll drum it out of you.
لا.
Shut your mouth and start praying, you arsehole. Don't think I don't know what you are.
تعال انت جيت واحد غشيم اصلا. تعال. خد تعال. موت بالاكشن.
I've got to get out of here.
تعال. تيجي بس. قال لك تعال. فين التاني؟ تعال عامل نفسك بطل. تعال. جيب ابن اللذينه. مش مشكلة عادي يعني. قفشنا واحد فيهم. مش قد الحاجة بتعملوها ليه؟ تلاقيش يا تيتا بوزينة. تلاقيش. تعال بس ناخد نقلبه. اكيد الراجل ده معاه حاجه صح؟ مفتاح الباب والصناديق. مفتاح باب صناديق ايه؟ هات هدور معزز مالناش دعوه. خد يا ست الكل.
Did they hurt you?
No, but I think they would have if you hadn't come along.
Who do you think they were?
في
I
ظهري.
don't know how much you heard. They came here saying they was from Lord von Burgo, and they was looking for 2 bandits that ambushed some knight yesterday. But for sure they wasn't von Burgo's people. They didn't even have his Waffenrocks. But they sure sounded keen to find you fellas.
Maybe they were from that band that followed us yesterday.
Look here. I almost got slaughtered twice in one day on account of you two. God be praised that my Pavlena wasn't here. Heaven knows what they'd have done to her. So, I'd like to know why all this is happening. Your friend was talking in a delirium in the night, saying you was knights. But if you two are knights, then I'm the Queen of Sheba.
انا حاسس اللي هي وتيجي نقول خلينا الست ساعدتنا، فمش صح اللي احنا يعني نبقى صبحة معاها يعني. وهي تحسها ست طيبة كده بس يعني، ولا هتودينا في داهية لو قلت لها الحقيقة هتبلغ عننا. لا بس هي ساعدتنا يعني، فأكيد مش هتودينا في داهية من الأول.
Well, I must bow to your ladyship. Sir Hans is the young lord of Leiper and Perkstein. I'm Heinrي of Skalitz, son of Sir Radzig Kobbler, and I'm his bodyguard. We were heading to Trusky to deliver a message from Sir Hanish of Leiper and Margrave Jobst to Lord von Burgov. But we were ambushed by bandits yesterday down by the pond, and you already know the rest. And as God is my witness, we're no bandits. I swear to you, I'm thankful to you for saving us. And I'm sorry it caused you trouble.
Well, you sound sincere, so I'll take your word for it. I hope I won't live to regret it.
You won't. I promise you.
Promises are made to be broken, but thank you for dealing with them. Except I have another corpse in my yard.
Don't worry. I reckon I've still got a bit of strength left. I ought to be able to manage it before evening.
I'd be eternally grateful to you, but be careful while you're at it. You don't want to open that wound or strain yourself.
What about Sir Hans? How's he doing?
He's holding up, I'd say. I treated his wounds and I'll change his bandages shortly. But what he needs most now is that remedy. Have you got everything for it?
Here. Chamomile and sage, like you said.
Excellent. Now to brew the potion from them. I gave you two the last of my supply during the night. But fresh is best anyways. It's a shame my daughter Pavlena ain't back yet. She'd get it done in a jiffy. But we'll just have to manage without her. But you can do it too. It ain't nothing hard. My eyes are so bad, it'd take me all day. But at least I can tell you how to go about it.
ما تعملي انت.
Me? I thought you'd do that.
I will not. I'm telling you, I'm as blind as a mole. And without Pavlena, everything takes me forever. It'd be done by now if you didn't keep making excuses.
هعمله خلاص هعمله.
True enough.
هعمله.
Sorry.
حقك على امي. تيتا
I'll
بوزينة
do what's
خلقها
needed.
ضيق. لا طب ما انا ما اعرفش
I'm
فعلا.
not sure how to do it.
I told you, I'll explain.
يلا.
I have a book here with the recipe. But it'll be better if I tell you. I know it by heart.
I can read as well as any man, if that's what you mean.
My word. Maybe you really are a noble son.
I'll take the book just in case, but if you give me some advice, I'd be grateful.
Of course. Everything we need is in the hut.
وانا اللي
Let's
هصنع له
get to
الدواء.
it.
بجد هيخلوني انا اللي اعمل له الدواء. تيتا انت واثقه فيا بزياده على فكره يا تيتا بوزينة. مش كده يا تيتا بوزينة بقى، واحده واحده. طب نغسل ايدينا. يعني الواحد لازم يدخل يعمل عمليه جراحيه، لازم الواحد يبقى نضيف كده. احنا نضاف.
There's an alchemy bench in the alcove. Go to it and we'll get started.
هنا جوه. اعمل ايه بقى؟ ابدأ الخيمياء اللي هو الكيمياء.
First, go to the recipe book.
ماشي.
Now find the recipe for chamomile decoction and remember what you have to do. Then get back to the bench and we'll start.
طيب هو ده. ماشي طيب. ها؟
All right. First, you have to pour the right base into the cauldron. Choose the right pitcher from the shelf on the left, according to the recipe.
ليه قالت ايه الريسبي؟ معلش لحظة كده. اعتقد اذا كانت بشكل اسرع اثناء النوم اسرع، واذا كانت نوعيتها جيدة فان يساعدك على النوم على الشفاء بشكل ماشي يعني. ستحتاج الى النبيذ وحفنة من البابونج وحفنة من المرمرية. حفنة دي يعني تقريبا كبشة. اضف البابونج واتركه يغلي لمدة دورة واحدة. ايه الدورة دي؟ طحن المرمرية واضافتها الى المرجل واخيرا صب.
If you don't remember what goes in there, look in the book again.
ما انا كنت ببص. هو عايزين هو ده. ماشي. امال ده ايه؟ ارواح.
So, what did you pour in there?
Wide, of course. Like it says in the book.
Glad to hear it. Now try moving the cauldron over the flame, so you know how it looks when it starts boiling a bit.
Okay.
Hear that bubbling? It's boiling. Remember that well. For most potions, you just have to simmer the herbs for a bit. But sometimes you need to get it good and hot. So you have to get the fire blazing under the cauldron using the bellows. Try fanning it with the bellows to get it boiling. It's boiling! To keep it going, you mustn't stop with the bellows. If you want to cool it down quick, take it off the flames.
Okay.
Try it. Move the cauldron up. Good. Now we'll start with the brewing. Get all the herbs that you need ready. The ones you picked. Put them there on the shelf, so you've got them at hand.
ده وده. دول اللي معايا. بابونج وحكيم. ايه حكيم ده؟ انا ما خدتش حاجة اسمها حكيم. بس هما دول اللي معايا يعني ما عنديش حاجة غيرهم.
All right. Let's get to it. First, throw 2 handfuls of chamomile into the cauldron.
2 بابونج. ادي خد. هنا اهو. ادي 1 بابونج. خد 1 كمان بابونج. ايوه. يلا.
Before you put it on the flame, turn the sand glass so you know how long you're brewing it. It's got to be exact. Every grain of sand counts. See? When the sand has flowed out, that's 1 turn. That's how long you have to boil the chamomile. Move the cauldron to the fire and wait until it starts bubbling. Then turn the sand glass.
Okay.
As soon as the sand runs out, take the cauldron off the fire again.
واول لما تخلص نرفع البتاع ده تاني. اوكي. حلو. لحد دلوقتي الكيمياء سهلة.
Ain't that enough? Take the cauldron off the flames.
اهو استيت ابو زين.
All right. Now take 1 handful of sage, grind it with a mortar and pestle, and drop it in the cauldron.
هنا اهي. ماشي. هنطحنها. اطحن. انا تقريبا صيدلي وانا مش عارف.
Have you ground it?
اه.
Good. Now drop it in the cauldron.
حط.
You don't have to boil it anymore. All you have to do now is decant it. Get a phial and pour it in.
هجيب قارورة. صب.
Done. Now let's see what you've brewed.
صح كده تيتا بوزينة ولا ايه ظروفك انتي؟ الراجل لو مات مني يا تيتا بوزينة هتبقى ايام الجحيم. اخرج ايه؟ اعمل ايه؟ اترك. دكتور يا اخوتي.
Here it is.
Ooh, by the smell of it, it's a chamomile decoction the way it should be.
Happy to help.
This should help Hans get better. I'll take care of it now.
رئيس قسم الكيمياء.
Is there anything else I can do to help?
Well, if you feel up to it, I'd be right grateful to you if you was to rid me of that damn corpse what's lying there the whole time.
Sure. I'll do the best I can.
When you're done with that, go get some sleep. You won't miss anything, and you need the rest after everything that happened.
I feel quite hungry.
راح انام لحد الصبح. طب ده نخليه هنا، ما قلتلناش عليه حاجه. ازيك يا معلم؟ عامل ايه يا معلم؟ يا اختي كميله، انت والله عسل يا اختي.
Oh, so hungry I could eat a horse.
جعان. استنى ناكل الاول بعد كده ننام. طب ما احنا ما تيجي نعمل لنا احنا واحده. نعمل لنا واحده احتياطي نخليها معانا عشان الوضع سيء. ولا هي اخدت حاجه؟ لا معايا اهي. اوكي. استنوا بقى، بصوا بقى من غير ما ابص. استنى حط ده ماشي. بعد كده احط البابونج، 2 بابونج. خد واحد بابونج تاني. نزل البتاع دي تحت، اديها واحدة نفخة وخلي دي تلف. اول لما تخلص نرفعها وبعد كده نحط البتاع ويلا بينا. مش عارف، حاسس ان انا غلط ولا صح ولا ايه. ادينا واحدة حكيم. طبق هون، حط ده. ايوه 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 ايوه. الله ينور الله ينور. ايه ده؟ بلاش نلعب في حاجه ما نعرفهاش عشان ايه؟ ما نجيبش ايه، مش مشاكل. قاروره. معلش يا تيتا بوزينه، ناخد قارورة من عندك. في حاجه غلط ولا ايه؟ صب لازم افضل دايس ايه. نعمل لنا واحد احتياطي كده اللي هو ايه، ما تعرفش الايام الجايه نشوف ايه ولا ايه اللي هيحصل. خلاص كده. طب ما يعني كل ده كنا استخدمنا واحد دلوقتي. مساء الخير يا بوزينة، عاملة ايه؟ اخبارك ايه؟ تعال ننام وبعد كده نصحى ناكل. النوم والتوفير. تعال ننام. نصحى الساعة 5 الصبح. ماشي. ايوه اشتغلنا الشغل.
A sword such as this will bring honor to its bearer.
True, Sir. If I'd have had its like back in Nicopolis, things would have worked out differently.
Where's my fucking sword?
And I found it. Everything I take now will be mine, and I plan to take everything.
Rotted hell!
Why would I miss one sword?
Because it's the last one my father forged, and I promised him I'd deliver it to you.
Stronger dog fucks the bitches, and war is a nasty business.
Where's my fucking sword?
You know what? I think I'll keep it as a memento.
This isn't over. I'll find you!
Yeah!
Don't disappoint me.
Wake up, Henry. It's past sunrise.
Hallelujah. I thought you'd never wake. Were you having a nightmare?
Okay.
Bad dreams. You must be Pavlena, right?
That's right. I came in the evening while you were asleep. Ma told me what happened to you. Then I helped Ma take care of your friend that night.
Oh, Hans. He's alive. How is he?
Have no fear. He's alive, all right. Maybe too alive. Ma knows what she's doing, and that's the truth. I reckon she could bring the dead back to life. She said she dosed you with the strongest remedies she knows, and it looks like they did the trick. On that other fella for sure. Since he came to this morning, he hasn't stopped talking.
Yeah, that sounds like him, all right.
And what about you? How do you feel?
أحسن من امبارح.
Definitely better than yesterday. Thanks.
That's good. Ma will be glad, but I heard you yelling in your sleep and went to check on you. Bad dreams?
I dreamt of Istvan Toth, a villainous, murderous whoreson who stole my sword. The last memento I had of my father, and I swore to get that sword back and avenge my parents.
Oh, that oath must be serious if it even torments you in your sleep. Dreams shouldn't be taken lightly. They can have real meaning, however hard they are to understand. What strikes you as the most important part of your dream?
هو تقريبا كل الأحلام كان كل الأحلام عن والد يعني.
Pa, without a doubt. I hope his soul and Ma's find peace.
Dreaming of a dead parent is confusing. It could mean you cling too much to the past, and you ought to find a new path. But I think it's a good thing he's more important to you than that murderer.
شكرا.
Thanks, Pavlena. I never thought of looking at it like that. It's a lot to think about.
You're welcome. But remember, it's only my reading. The only one who can really understand you is you yourself.
السلام على الحكمة.
I expect you're right.
حتة من
So
الحكمة
in the
زي
end,
والدتها
all the
بالظبط.
hard work will be on me. But this is all too much heavy thinking at once. Right now, what I need more is a little sunshine and fresh air.
Aye, that's the best remedy for many ailments. And a full stomach will help too. Breakfast is on the table, and I've got something else for you too. Come along, and we must save Ma from the clutches of his lordship.
اوكي. باختصار الحلم اللي حصل ده يعني اللي هو على طول بيحلم بوالده والراجل اللي اخد اللي قتل والده وحرق المدينة بتاعته واخد السيف اللي هو وباباه عاملينه سوا. فهو السيف ده بالنسبة له مهم جدا. بس يعني هنجيبه في شوال عادي يعني. كل استنى بس نشوف كده وصل لحد ايه. التغذية 72. تعال ناكل معلقة كمان وبعد كده خلاص. طب حلو الراجل هنا يعمل. طب كويس. ممكن نسرقهم؟ لا يا عم لا، بس عدتنا عيب. او حد تاني ماشي. اصلا طب انا لسه واكل جوه. طيب ما قلتليش ليه؟ انا ما خدتش بالي كان في اكل بره.
Finally up, Henry. Good morning, Henry. You have no idea how glad I am to see you. Come join our banquet in the midst of these exquisite woods.
I'm glad to see you too. I see you're in a surprisingly good mood for someone who was at death's door yesterday.
It's all the more cause for merrymaking. Even this water now tastes like the finest wine.
Of course, I did bring it all the way from the spring.
And for that,
I am in your debt, fair maid. And I'm grateful to you too, Henry. Bojena told me what happened here yesterday. That's the 3rd time you've saved my life. I suppose I'll have to give you some estate or something.
The 3rd time? What in God's name happened the first 2 times?
Now, Henry, don't make her beg. Tell this good maiden of your heroic deeds.
جيتي في ملعبي. نخش ايه؟ تم القبض على سيف هاندز من قبل الكوماندز. مين الكوماندز؟ تعالوا.
Well, there was this time when me and Hans had
نفليكس عليها بقى عارفين.
some fisticuffs in the tavern.
ايوه.
And for punishment, I had to accompany him on the hunt.
And I shot a boar.
And made it mad. And when Hans chased after the wounded animal, he got caught by a human patrol.
Humans?
انا حاسس الاولانيه دي فيها اكشن اكتر. تعال.
You haven't come across them? They're savages from the Hungarian lands, the core of Sigismund's army. Who knows what heathen gods they pray to? They hold nothing sacred. They pillage, rape, and murder. They razed my hometown of Skalitz to the ground, slaughtered everyone.
I told you about them, though. The fellas in the tavern in Zheleov were saying there's some foreigners like that camping in the rocks down by the pond.
What?
It's just what I heard.
Whoa, that's all we need. I hope they don't turn up here. What could us two do alone against them?
What could they want from us? But if they did come here to rob us, I'd shoot enough arrows into them to make them think twice. But the thing I want to know is, how did it end up with young Sir Hans?
Well, as I said, they took him captive.
Well, there must have been 10 of them. I hadn't a chance.
You must have been seeing double. As I recall, there were 2.
That just proves how well you can count. Besides, they were armed to the teeth and had bows and armor. It might as well have been 10.
Whatever. Anyway, with a bit of luck, I managed to free Sir Hans.
Why the modesty? You got them. Maybe a stroke of luck, but as we know, audentes.
Fortuna juvat.
See now, you've finally learned it.
What?
It's just this kind of motto of ours. Fortune favors the bold.
Maybe they're really telling the truth about who they are. Who but a lord or a priest could know Latin? And priests they ain't. I can tell.
And as I recall, you already got a pony from Uncle Hanush as a reward for saving me. Your pebbles. So I'll save myself a few groschen.
But you never gave me anything for Talmberg.
For Talmberg? What was that about then?
The foe took the castle by subterfuge, and we planned a counterattack.
Under the cloak of darkness, we scaled the mighty walls of Talmberg Castle to get inside and open the portcullis to our brothers in arms who were poised and ready to attack.
And we almost succeeded. Only along the way, Sir Hans here took an arrow to his noble seat.
Seat? He got shot in the backside.
My upper thigh, actually.
Backside it was. Well, that's no joke either. Not easy to run with an arrow stuck in your arse. If I hadn't carried him...
I admit it. You saved my arse.
Well, now, you two have been through a thing or two. As far as I can tell, it really was his backside and not his thigh. I examined Hans and saw the scar for myself. But I reckon you paid off part of your debt the other day, sir.
وايه اللي حصل امبارح صحيح؟
True enough.
لما دخل عليه الراجل.
Hey, how did you manage to get the best of that cutthroat the other night when you hauled me here?
To be honest, by a stroke of luck. We were fighting outside, but that fucker got a hold of his falcon and let me have it in the guts. I thought I was done for. But I groped around and found a pail and whacked him with it with the last of my strength. And luckily I hit him a nice crack right on the noggin. Can't remember a thing after that.
My word. Fortune really does favor you. You chose your motto well.
جت معاه كده.
Once we get back to Ratai, I'll have it inscribed on my shield.
Do tell. What else did the two of you encounter?
Quite a lot of things. But I'm afraid we don't have much time for storytelling right now. We came here on an important mission, and we cannot afford to dally any longer. We have to get to Trotsky as soon as we can. How far is it from here?
Not far. Once you climb the hill above Zhelioth, you'll see the castle.
All right. I think we should get on our way as soon as possible.
I'll prepare a bit of food for you. For your journey.
I don't know how to thank you for all this.
But I do. Once we've settled our business with von Bergov, I shall reward you as befits a knight. You have my word of honor.
Now you've got me curious. I never got a knight's word before.
For a start, you can leave me that axe and spade. We can't manage without them.
Yes, of course. And thanks for everything you've done, Bajana.
I have something for you, Henry. Ma had trouble because of you, but I know you didn't do it on purpose, and you protected her when she needed it. I want to thank you for that. Take this potion. It will help when you're in danger or don't know which way to turn. Have a little sip each time, and it'll save you a lot of trouble. You'll see. It's not all that hard to brew. With a bit of practice, you could manage it yourself.
Thanks, Pavlana. This'll come in handy.
No doubt. But we'd better get going now.
Hans is right. We're very glad we met you. And we're obliged to you for your help and hospitality. God bless you.
And you too, sirs.
As Henry says, may God bless you for your generosity and your healing arts. And you have rightfully earned the gratitude of the House of Lipa for all time. If you should ever find yourself in need, the doors of Perkstein shall always be open to you.
Thank you, sir. Though I'm not sure I could find the way to Perkstein. Hopefully we'll never need to take up your offer.
اوكي كملوا انتوا كمان. كلم يا ابني.
Sorry for coming late, Ma. I got held up in Troskowitz.
كملوا
Of all places. And it's not the first time.
I know.
معلش
But I
طريق
was going
سفر.
past and I thought I
طريق
tried
سفر
to sell
هنحتاج
some
الكلام ده
baskets and ointments there.
مفيش حاجة هنا؟
And I succeeded.
Emmerich won't be
في حاجة
happy.
هنا ولا
Well, you
هنا؟
shouldn't sell so dear.
في حاجة احنا سايبينها ناقصة؟
Twice as much as we do. So it's no wonder folks buy from us.
معلش بس نبص بصة كده عشان الطريق طويل
Next time I'll come
وسفر
straight home, so you're not on your
وليلة.
own so much. But when anyone comes through,
وده حمام مالناش دعوة بيه.
that'll teach them to try it on with us.
Maybe it's a good thing.
ها؟ انا مش عارف جايلي احساس ان انا عايز اسبقهم بس الناس عملت معانا واجب يعني. سهم ثاقب. هات 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 هات. بس احنا معناش حاجة اصلا. طقم الرمي. ايه ده؟ ايه اللي انا اخدته ده؟ ايه ده ايه ده ايه ده ايه ده؟ هي دي الاسهم اللي قالت لو جت هتخرمهم بيها وبتاع وقعدت تعمل لنا بتاع؟ مش حاجة. يلا بينا خلاص قلبناهم يا معلم. يلا
The
زعل.
days are long.
يلا يا مستر
Nothing against the hospitality of the good women folk here, but I want to get to Trotsky Castle right away.
طب والباقي؟
What about the rest of our company? Could someone else have got away?
You saw for yourself. They didn't stand a chance. But you're right, we shouldn't just leave it at that. As soon as we get to Trotsky, I'll make sure they get a proper Christian burial and their souls find peace.
And when we get back to Ratai, we'll have a mass served for them.
You're right. They were damned good lads. I'd known Oates since childhood. Damn it.
Hold on a bit. Before we hit the road, there's something you should know. I have a hunch that one of that band that ambushed us at the pond was Istvan Toth.
Toth? Are you yanking my pizzle? He's long since over the hills and far away.
I know how it sounds, but I saw him. Believe me. I'd never mistake his ugly face after all that happened.
Of course, Henry. I know you have accounts to settle with him, but that's nonsense. Toth is in Sigismund's service and is harassing his opponents. And Otto von Bergov is one of Sigismund's allies. So Toth's hardly going to attack his people. It was dark. God knows what you saw.
I saw him, the bastard, and I'll get him.
Yes. We'll surely get him one day. I promise you. And your sword, too. But I don't think either of them are around here. But I see you haven't wasted any time and found yourself a weapon to replace that sword. That's good. You never know when you might need it around here. Come on, let's get going. Your mind will turn to better things along the way.
تيتا بوزينة يا اخي، تيتا بوزينة، انا لسه مقلبك وفلوس كمان يا تيتا. قد ايه انا حاسس ان انا من جوه يعني حاسسها حقير. مش انا حاسسها مش كويس. انا خلصت كل حاجه. حبيبتي يا تيتا، حبيبتي، ماتش لاف. طب ارجع لها الاكل طيب، طب ارجع لها الحاجه طيب. كل ده اللعبه بتبدا، كل ده اللعبه بتبدا فعلا. طب انا هسيبكم بقى ايه تتفرجوا على اللعبه وهي بتبدا واستمتعوا. دي البنات اللي جايبين لكم الهم. الله الله الله، اجري اجري يا سعاد. بجد جميلة اللعبة، جميلة فعلا، بجد جميلة.
Oh, I hope they've got a good physician at this castle. Or at least a barber. I mean, that old crone got me on my feet. But I don't believe much in herbal remedies. You can't beat an educated man of medicine.
And I can't wait to sleep in a proper bed.
And some wine!
Oh, fucking hell.
نظام الغشيم، عارفين نظام البوابين ده؟
It's close.
نفس النظام.
Open up! I bear an urgent message for your liege lord. Hear me! Open the gate! I am a messenger from Sir Hanush of Lipa.
محدش معبره تقريبا. هو مفيش حد موجود ولا ايه؟ طب نجي لهم وقت تاني. لا في حد طالع على السلم اهو.
Fucking shit! Fuck! You fucking cunts! Do you know who I am?
No, we fucking don't!
I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein.
انا لو منك ما اسكتش. مش مصدقني ليه؟
Now, look here, you filthy beggar! I'm not here for your amusement, so get your stinking, ragged asses out of here on the double. The pair of you!
What's all this about? Why don't you send those beggars packing?
I did, sir. They say they're messengers.
I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein. Envoy.
I heard. Nevertheless, I doubt Sir Hanush would send two vagabonds covered in excrement as emissaries. Apart from which, Sir Hans Capon is dead. We found his body by the pond. His company was ambushed by outlaws and they were slaughtered to the last man.
Yes, they ambushed us, but we managed to get away.
Sir, we met your Captain Thomas on our way. He can testify to who we are. He saw our message and its seal.
How terribly unfortunate you are. The captain's company was also ambushed by outlaws. The captain barely escaped with his life and has been delirious for 3 days. And even if he did confirm your story, I am under strict orders to admit no strangers to the castle.
Sir, there's a horseman approaching in King Sigismund's colours.
Ah, now that's what a messenger looks like.
اوكي هو بيحكم على المظهر يعني.
Count yourselves lucky
عشان مبهدلين.
that I don't have time to waste on you. Be gone!
Getting in, whether you like it or not. Get your shitty hands off me!
اشمعنى هو يعني؟ اشمعنى كوسه ايه ها؟ ماشي انا اوريك.
Wait, one moment!
هو عشان مبهدلين وشكلنا مبهدل فهو مش راضي يدخلنا، لكن احنا لو كنا لابسين بقى وجايين بحصان قبل ما يحصل لنا الليله دي كان زمان دخلنا واكلنا وشربنا ونيمنا. طيب والعمل؟
Now what?
ايوه.
There's only one thing we can do.
ايه هي بقى؟ هيعمل افكاره بتقول
Have you two got any groschen?
What do you take me for, wench?
For someone who stinks like a badger.
Look, we've had a tough couple of days, so we'd like a bit of peace and quiet, a beer, and a bite to eat.
Unless you want to share a bowl of gruel, you're going to need more coin than this.
Just bring the best you have, and we'll settle later.
As the gentleman wishes.
امال ليه كلهم كده؟ كل ده عشان لابسين. طب معنى
This is not far off. We look like a couple of beggars and we stink even worse.
تشم ايه؟ بتشم ايه؟ انت ريحتك انا شاممها من هنا. تشم لازم تنفع عشان تشم. انا شمك من هنا.
What the fuck was all that at the gate? You tried to talk to them and get shit poured on your head.
Different lands, different customs.
God's holy britches.
Well, I expect they've had trouble with beggars at the castle, so they act without thinking.
Oh, really? I'd never have figured that out. I'd rather hear some cunning plan how to get out of this shit. Huh?
اول حاجه لازم اكيد كده لازم تستعمى ونغير لبسنا المعفن ده.
The first thing we have to do is get ourselves into decent shape. Have a good scrub, get some better clothes. Then they might believe we're actually messengers.
That's all very well, except we can't even pay our bill here. Never mind a visit to the baths and the tailor.
طب ايه؟ نرجع لبطاي نرجع للمكان تعال نرجع للبلد.
So I suppose the best thing is to go back to Ratai and eat crow, eh?
To Ratai? You just don't get it, do you? We can't go crawling back like this. We'd be a laughing stock.
طب انت عاوز ايه؟ ولا انت عاجبك كده ولا عاجبك كده. دي حقيقة.
I suppose you're right.
هذا شكلنا وحش أوي لو رجعنا كده.
We'd be taken for total idiots.
Well, you could shrug that off. But me, we've got no message, no coin, nothing but our ragged arses.
Chin up. We'll sort it out somehow, and everything will be fine again.
Nothing will be fine, my friend. I'll tell you 4 reasons why. Oates, Tankard, Conrad, and Nicholas, instead of sitting here with us, having a chat and a laugh, they're just food for crows in some godforsaken hole.
Hallo, Trinkwirt. Ich habe Hunger.
قول له انا كمان ما هو لو ما كانش راح وجري ورا البنات في البركه كان زمان الموضوع اختلف دلوقتي. بس انا عشان يعني سير هانز بقى نطبل له يعني فاهم. يلا انا كمان
I'm just as much to blame for their deaths as you. We're in this together.
At least we should give them a proper burial as soon as possible. They were good Christians, even though it didn't always seem that way.
We'll keep the promise we made at Pagenas. The best way to honor their memory is to finish our mission. We'll get inside the castle. You'll see. We'll avenge our lads and go back to Ratai with our heads held high. I promise you that.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Audentes fortuna juvat.
Food! About bloody time.
Here we are.
طب ما حلو.
Gentlemen.
طبقين ومشروب. مشروبين.
Stuff. Hey, there's meat in that. And there's more than you gave me coin for.
طب ما الست عاملة معاك واجب خليك مؤدب.
When you're finished, report for work.
توجه للعمل.
Cheers.
عمل ايه نتوجه ليه؟ اوب البنت اللي كانت عند البحيرة.
That's that woman from the pond. Or the one you gave us away for.
I bear that witch. Wench! I tell you.
جدع.
She's waiting for
you.
She can vouch for who we are. Go to her.
God be with you. A full pitcher of wine, please.
My word. That's a pitcher and a half. I ain't seen you here before. Who sent you? Not them nomad vagabonds, I hope.
Don't worry. I've come from the castle. I'm Catherine, and I've got the lovely job of keeping the soldiers' throats wet.
Ah, that's another matter then. Okay. Oh my. Ugh. Can you smell that too?
Oof. It stinks like something died here.
وبيتكلموا عني أنا؟
Jesus, fella. That's a bit much.
Hey, youngster, if you want to go around mixing with my guests here, go and wash the stench off yourself at the trough first. Stinking up my establishment.
Pissed or something? You're young and fit as a fiddle.
عشان نعرف نتكلم معاهم. عشان طول ما احنا معتمين كده مش هيجوا معاهم سكة خالص.
What do you mean? Stretching?
تعال نشوف بقى.
Sorry to bother you, but I've seen you before.
Oh, eh? I don't remember. Hold on. Are you the boy that cleans the pit under the castle shitting hole?
ايه ده.
We saw each other by that pond.
شفنا بعض في
What
البركة.
pond? I haven't been at any pond.
ايه ده؟ ايه فقدت الذاكرة ولا ايه؟
Yes, you were. You were attacked there by some bandits. You, some other women, and us too.
I have no idea what you're on about. I work at the castle, and I wasn't at any pond.
You were washing laundry, and these bandits attacked you. I was in the water, and I distracted them from you.
That's nice of you, helping some unfortunate girl, but it wasn't me. You're mistaking me for someone else.
Here's your wine.
Huh?
Is this vagabond bothering you?
I can handle the likes of him myself. Thanks for the wine.
لا 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 انت جايب الجحيم.
Look, please. I don't know what's up with you, but I know you were there. I need your help. You owe me that much. But we need to get to Von Berghoff. And you're the only one who can confirm who we are.
حاجة غلط.
You can't get into the castle. And even if you could, that was the king's messenger. Von Berghoff is getting ready to ride out.
Oh, shit.
If you want to speak to him, the best place would be Samin's wedding. You'll be there. For sure.
No, wait.
And don't ever lay your hands on me again.
خلاص قالت لك تقابله فين؟ انت عايز منها تاني سيبها تمشي.
What are you gaping at? Have you nothing better to do?
لو قفشتك.
Why are you standing here like a pillar of salt? Are you ready?
مستعد لإيه؟
What for?
To get to work. You pair ordered a lot more than you paid for, so you work your debt off, like I said.
يا بنت اللذينة. يا بنت اللذينة.
All right. What do you want us to do?
Over there by the gate, there's a cart with sacks of flour from the mill. My old man was meant to take them into the house. But as soon as he got a sniff of work, he vanished into thin air. The second door in there leads to the pantry. That's where I need you to haul the sacks. You have to lay each sack on the planks so they don't touch the damp floor and go moldy. If you just chuck it on the floor in the corner, it'll spoil. So do it properly. 2 men can finish the work in a jiffy, and then we'll be quits.
هو يعني ما هذا نوع العمل لا يليق بنا. يا بنتي انت مش عارفه احنا اولاد ناس على فكره.
Carrying sacks? Sorry, but we'd be wasted on that kind of work. We can do a lot more than just lugging stuff from place to place.
I can't wait to hear this. Go on, impress me.
احنا نبلاء.
Due to an unfortunate series of mishaps, we don't look the part, but me and my lord are with the nobility. Courtly manners, high politics, tourneys and sword fighting. We're both masters of all that. So I'm sure you'll understand. Some sacks of flour? Nah, that's not for us.
Noblemen, are you? Lord Muck and Baron Filth? Very droll. Like it or not, you can't pay what you owe me, so I'm putting you to work. Is that clear?
All right.
جبت ورا يعني.
Glad to hear it. I can see you ain't stuck up like your mate. Where are you actually from, if you don't mind me asking?
احنا من راتاي.
Ratai.
Ratai. Ratai. That rings a bell. I ain't been further than the back off me whole life, but I know this place inside and out.
تعال نسألها على حفلة الزفاف اللي كاثرين دي قالت
I heard some talk about some wedding being planned here.
Ah, nobody's talking about nothing else. Young Lord Samin is marrying Agnes, the daughter of Thrush, our Truscovitz bailiff. And it's going to be a grand affair. When rich folks get married, That's a feast that's a lot different from when some tanner gets itched to a bathhouse wench.
مين هو سميني ده؟
Who is this Samin?
Can't you tell by the name? The Lord of Samin. The fort in the village belonged to him. Old Jan Samin is the head of the family. And his son's called Olda. And it's him who's getting itched. There used to be a rich family. Their glory's faded a bit, but they still have some clout.
Okay. فين بقى هيبقى
Where's the wedding going to be?
At Samin, of course. I expect old Sir Jan and our bailiff will try to outdo each other in showing off their wealth.
Will Lord von Berghoff be at the wedding?
How should I know what his lordship's plans are? But most likely he will be. Samin is his vassal.
Could I get to the wedding somehow?
I don't know about that, lad. It's for invited guests only.
Okay. It seems that's really our only chance.
What's that?
Oh, nothing.
If you want to find out more, there's a couple of invited guests having an ale over there. Young Svaja there. He's the bride's brother. He can be a bit of a pain, but he's a good lad at heart.
مزيد عن حفلة الزفاف.
Is that all you know about the wedding?
What else is there to know? I'm just looking forward to being a guest and having someone serve me for a change.
Okay.
What's life like here?
Better now that you and your pal have finally had a wash. Truth to tell, it used to be better. The war might be far away, but more and more young lads are going away to fight. But then there's a shortage of folk to do the work around here, and that's a big problem.
Is von Berghoff recruiting men at arms?
No, von Berghoff ain't got nothing to do with that. They go of their own free will. They're fed up of ordinary work, so they try their luck elsewhere. It don't occur to them they might not come back. They just see easy earnings. Then the old folks have to do their work in the fields.
مش عارف. تعالوا نشوف نسألها في شغل.
Where can I find work around these
شغل نجيب
parts?
فلوس
First you gotta carry them sacks for me. So don't bother looking anywhere else yet. But otherwise, you can find work anywhere. You just need to keep your eyes open and not be afraid to ask. Try Radovan the smith for one. He's a bit odd, but he'll pay decently for a helping hand. Come to mention it, he's sat just round the corner there, if you want to ask him about it. And that fella next to him is Miller Grazel. He needs helpers now and then, but watch out for him. You know what they say about Millers.
I've heard things all right.
Well then, be careful.
Where do you want the sacks moved to?
To the pantry. That's the second door inside there. But I'd split the work with your pal if I was you, so you don't do yourself a mischief. It's his debt too, ain't it?
I'll go and discuss it with my friend then.
And careful with them sacks. I don't want you ripping them or anything like that. Here it comes.
مش كفايه مدبسانا اصلا في القصه. تعال نسأل يمكن يساعدنا.
I talked to that woman from the pond.
I noticed. It didn't look like she was too pleased to see you, though.
The main thing is, she denied ever being at the pond.
It's definitely her, though. You don't forget a figure like hers.
I got the feeling she didn't want to talk about it for some reason. I did get something out of her, though.
What? Don't keep me in suspense.
Von Berghoff is about to leave the castle.
Sakra! If he pledges to Sigismund before we can get to him, everything's fucked.
Calm down. Let me finish. There's also going to be a big wedding in the region. Young Lord Semin, a nobleman, is marrying the local bailiff's daughter. It's the talk of the region. It's invitation only, of course. But maybe we could wangle our way in somehow.
Why should some wedding in a shithole near Trotsky be of any interest to us?
Because it looks
عشان
like von
فان بورغوف
Berghoff will
هيكون
be there.
هناك. ما تشغل
That's
مخك.
fantastic news, Henry. So all we have to do is get on the guest list. And that shouldn't be a problem because you've got a cunning plan, right?
انا يبقى هو انت ما بتتعبش نفسك خالص. تسيب كل حاجه عليا.
Well,
لا ما عنديش.
I don't exactly have a plan, actually.
God's hat, do I have to do all the thinking for us? I suppose we could stand at the side of the road and
أنا اللي
wait
جايب
for von
المعلومات
Berghoff
كلها.
to pass.
I'd say the wedding's a much better bet.
We'll ask the locals and see.
There's something else we have to sort out first. I spoke to the innkeeper.
I noticed that too.
And we can work off our debt.
قاعد عيني عليا بس.
All we have to do is carry a few sacks of flour from that cart to the pantry. If we both do it, we'll be finished in no time.
Lug sacks? Are you yanking my noble pizzle?
I'm serious.
I can't work. I'm a noble. What if someone saw me?
التناكة اللي واخداك دي انت مش شايف انت عامل ازاي؟ لسه بقولها. هلا دايك اهو. هلا دايك ايه فكرة عم تبدو علي؟
Do you have any idea what you look like?
Well,
I'm a
all right.
noble.
I may not look much like a noble, but my blood's still blue. People will remember my face, and when everything's cleared up, word will get around that I lugged sacks here like some beggar, as if the disgrace at the gate wasn't enough. Ugh!
ما تبقاش دلوع.
You know, sir, not everyone is born with a silver spoon in their mouth. Ordinary people have to work their whole lives. So you should be able to manage it too, at least for one day.
Henry, haven't you ever heard of the 3 states of man?
Would that be some aristocratic excuse?
Not so fast. It's God's law. Oratoris, the priests who pray for us. Laboratoris, the plebs who shovel shit and pay taxes. And Bellatoris, the warriors who protect the ones on their knees or in the fields. Now, which am I? So if you find me a sword, I can get to work. But wield a pitchfork or carry sacks?
حقك على انا غلطان.
That's against God
انا
and nature.
خلاص ماشي يا عم. من العجيب ان لسانك لا يلومك. لا أحد هنا يحتاج الى محارب.
We don't have swords, and we don't know anyone who needs protecting.
بالظبط.
So what then?
So we're fucked until someone rolls up his sleeves and gets to work. By which I mean someone of the appropriate status, like you. In
شكرا.
short, be so kind as to get to work. I promise I'll make it up to you.
والله يا عم سيبه يمشي.
I'm going then. But you could give me a hand.
خلاص
It wouldn't do you any harm.
يا عم مش عايزين منه حاجة.
Stop whining. You can manage. Well,
ماشي.
if it makes you feel better, I'll scratch your back later.
بص
How?
ضهري.
Well, giving me a large estate.
صابص على وشك.
That too, of course. Maybe 2 estates. But above all, once we're out of the worst, I'll help you find your dog. As soon as we have at least some gear, we'll head into the forest and find Mutt in a trice. Although, if you think about the 3 states of man, looking for lost dogs is more like a huntsman's work. But let's pay no mind to that.
How generous of you, Lord Capon.
شكرا عبد.
I know, my dear Henry, such is my nature.
ما ينفعش اضربه واديله علقة على دماغ مساء الخير. عامل
Who's
ايه؟
that bloody innkeeper?
The innkeeper told me we should move the sacks.
So what are you waiting for? I'm bored to death already. I'll move each sack so you can get a better grip on it. But don't expect no more from me.
بس كده ده اللي انت هتعمله يعني؟ شكرا يا اخوان. ومفيش حد بيساعد حد هنا ليه؟ مساء الخير. يا رب تكوني مبسوطة. كنا لازم يعني ناكل وانتي دبستيني لابسة وحشة. قلت لك تاني باب. هنا اهو. حط ها. ادي اول واحدة. يا نهار ابيض. لسه فاضل 4 كمان. ده مشوار يا اخي. خليك قاعد انت. اشرب وكل ادفع وانا اللي بشيل.
Blessings to you.
طب ما اسمعش نفسك خالص ها. ما اسمعش نفسك.
Enjoy your meal.
طبعا هي انجويا. ايوه انجوي. مكتوب علينا الشقة يا ربي. استغفر الله العظيم يا رب يا موسى. يلا فاضل لنا 3.
I'm a bit peckish.
Ei incumbit probatio, qui dicit non qui negat.
Is that...
مين ده؟ لا تسمع لهم باستفزاز. هما بيتخانقوا؟
Ignore those people. We don't need any more problems. Don't let them provoke you. All right?
I'm perfectly calm. Some local wretches can't unsettle me. Keep working and take no notice of me.
Don't say another word. Those village yokels aren't worth it.
Henry, stop lecturing me like I'm some little brat and get on with your work.
هتتاكل علقة. ماشي أنا غلطان.
I'm going for another one.
No, I couldn't. Trust me on that. You're a right lord of the sacks.
What's your name again?
Hans Capon of...
يلا. هيقفشوا في بعض.
Yes, you did. I never heard of any Perkstein in all my years.
اضربه ولا مش طايقه اصلا. اضربه. عامل لي فيها بتاع.
Well, here you have it. Enjoy.
طب ما انا بانجوي اهو. حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل. مش عارف عندي احساس ان انا اجي اطلع على السيميانز ده واخد علقه محترمه والله العظيم.
What did you say? Say it again. It was their own fault.
What do you mean? They attacked themselves? What the fuck are you trying to say?
Everyone knows it's dangerous around Trusky. Making camp in such an unprotected place is suicide.
Where else were they supposed to make camp, smart-ass?
Somewhere in the rocks, maybe. Not out in the open by the pond. Only a fool would do that.
Why the hell do they pour the beer on the table?
Stop insulting our dead companions.
What dead companions? You think I'm gonna fall for that cock and bull story?
Pack it in, Henry. There's no point in arguing with this yokel. He fancies himself as a military strategist.
I don't believe a word you're saying. A weed like you surviving a fight against bandits even von Berghoff himself has trouble with?
Believe what you like, but I'm telling the truth. And in fact, I'm willing to overlook all your insults if you apologize right now. And invite me to that wedding.
Oh, you want to come to the wedding, do you? Huh. I'll give you a piece of advice, pal. If you can make yourself useful for the blacksmith or the miller, you'll get to the wedding. You'll see the glorious occasion, at least from a distance. And you can stop spouting your pathetic lies.
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein, and I demand your immediate apology.
I am Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein. Sir Hans Capon, Lord of Perkstein. You're starting to bore me. You and your silly made-up name.
No apology, then. It looks like I'm going to have to teach you a lesson.
Oh, I'm so scared. Hey, you! Get your sweetheart and fuck off out of our village. Both of you.
I give you a chance to apologize, and you keep insulting me? Get ready to pick up your broken teeth with broken fingers.
Oh, I'd like to see that. Come on, then.
You scum!
أيوة اديله هو ده. ازاي على كده نايمه.
Go to hell. That fella. He's the one.
دافع عن كمان. تعالى.
I'm wounded.
ما كل دول علينا. الحنة كلها علينا. بالراحة واحدة. خد ها. خد. ها.
Barman.
I told you he had two left hands.
لا 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 كده. لا 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 لا. ايه انت ما كنتش شايفني بمسك واحد؟ تعالى تعالى يا احمد، انت مستفزني. تعالى انا اصلا مخنوق. انا اصلا خلاص قاطع لسانك. ها تضرب. ها خد دي. ما هو مش كده. طب سيبني اركز مع واحد. اديله على وشه. هنموت يا معلم هانز. تضرب السيف هانز وتضرب السيف هانز ولا السيف هانز. تعالى انت اساس القصه دي. استمنا الله لا 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 لا. الموضوع كبير الموضوع كبير يا اخي. تعالى.
Oh Christ! You're not squirming out of this one, asshole.
السيف هانز السيف هانز السيف هانز.
You know much for a
السيف هانز السيف هانز. هنموت يخرب بيتك. طب استنى العيال مصفقة. الله لا لا لا. ايه هم اللي عملوا كده ساعة البيت.
Grab them vagabonds.
انا مش دعوة بره عني. الحماس اخده شويه فقال اضرب الجندي معاهم. فاهم؟
This will cost you dearly. Keep your mouth shut and don't make it worse. What? You behave like a spoilt brat. How dare you speak?
يا ولية.
You know, if you just shut up and done some work, we'd have coin by now and be on our way to the castle. But no, not his lordship. You've got a nerve. If you hadn't have played the hero, we'd have been there long since, and I wouldn't have had to get you out of that mess. Oh yeah, because this isn't a mess, is it? Fuck off!
Shut up! You'll get a whipping too.
ما بتبص مش طايقين بعض. حرفيا مش طايقين بعض.
Just who the hell do you think you are?
Good day for you, sir.
Nah.
I'm sorry, sir, but it's your fault what happened in the tavern.
What? My fault? You can't be serious. Whose fault is it that we're in this fucking pillory?
أنا كنت بدافع عنك بس.
I was just defending you. Should I have let that fop beat you senseless?
I only wanted him to apologize. I'd expect my right-hand man to argue my case a bit better.
What do you think I was trying to do?
And who was too scared to speak? Well, if it hadn't been for me, we wouldn't have even been in that tavern. We've been in the shit right from the start because you had to play at being the knight in shining underwear saving damsels in distress.
I don't believe it. You're trying to put the blame on me? Just like that?
Who else is to blame? You're just a simple peasant who has no idea how the world works.
Let's just stop all this arguing.
مش وضع خناق اللي احنا فيه ده يعني.
It'll just make things worse.
شايف عاملين ازاي؟
Fuck you.
شكرا.
I've had it up to here with you.
كلمة
With you and
كمان
your
وهغسل بيك الأرض.
pontificating. You were supposed to make sure
أنا محترم
nothing
اللي
went
أنت
wrong.
تسيب
And
هانز.
how did that
غير
turn
كده
out? It
بالشبشب.
was me who had to save your life. You're fucking useless. You couldn't even keep an eye on your own mutt.
اصنع السلام. خليك مؤدب برضه. خلي السير هانز متعصب.
That's enough. This isn't getting us anywhere. I understand you're downcast after all that happened to us. And I understand you need to take it out on someone. I can take it.
الشيطان ودخل ما بيننا.
But we shouldn't forget we have a job to do. And do it we must. Together.
That's exactly what I'm doubting. Everything goes to shit when you're by my side.
You don't really mean that. Calm down.
I'm perfectly calm. That's it. My life went to shit from the first moment I met you. And I've only just realised it. You're like a ball and chain. And I'd have bagged that wild boar too if it weren't for you.
Well...
And none of the rest would have happened. I wouldn't have been showered in shit.
Oh, come on, Capon.
Don't you cape on me. Not another word. I'll have to consider what to do next.
هيفكر واحنا في الوضع ده. والله هو شيطان مدخل ما بينكم، انتوا حبايب وصحاب، بس يعني الشيطان شاطر، انتوا عارفين. صباح اليوم التالي. بس بيتجاوب ازاي؟
Right, ladies. Time to go home. But I swear to Christ, if I catch you again, I'm gonna skin you both alive.
سيء جدا. بجد احنا وضعنا سيء جدا جدا.
Isn't that Otto?
Hey! Bogo!
Oh shit.
صوت صرصور الحقل.
Why? Where were we?
ممكن تفكنا بقى في ليلتك السودة دي ولا ايه؟
Go on, get out of my sight.
What are we gonna do?
You can do as you like. You can go and carry sacks or dig latrines.
بعني؟ انت
I'll look after myself. I'll go and see Lord von Berghoff at the wedding.
خد تعال تعال خد تعال.
I bid you farewell.
خد تعال ولا طبعا انت سعيد، انت مبسوط.
If I were in your shoes, I'd be glad to be rid of the good for nothing, eh? Yeah. All right, off you go.
اوكي. اوكي. ماشي.
I suppose I really do need to find some job. I'll find muck without you. You stuck-up lord of Perkstein.
Don't cause any trouble.
Henry?
Got it?
ماشي حاضر ان شاء الله. قول يا رب. ابحث عن طريقة لدخول حفل الزفاف. ادخل لحفل الزفاف مساعدة الحداد فاندوم. واحصل على إمكانية الوصول إلى حفل الزفاف مساعدة الطحان. طيب يا حبايب قلبي. وبقينا نكون.
Hey you.
لحظة أكلم مع الناس. ممكن مش وقتك عملتيش ضاع. وبقينا نكون خلصنا.
Hey, over here.
جاي لحظة. الحلقة الجاية مش دلوقتي. بقينا يا جماعة نكون خلصنا. ورب تكون عجبتكم اللعبة، ويكون الدنيا لذيذة والفيديو لطيف خفيف كده، واشوفكم ان شاء الله الحلقة الجاية او الفيديو الجاي. بلاش الحلقة دي، خلينا في الفيديو الجاي. يلا، السلام عليكم.